Night Anime Recap. Today, I'm going to explain an anime called Shimonita. A group of boys is hiding in an abandoned building, keeping themselves hidden from the light of the sun, the judging eyes of a cruel and oppressive society. Together, they relish in their piles of highly illegal contraband, babe mags. While one of them is tearing through the centerfold of one, he hungrily declares that he's in for a PP sizzler. Wrong move. Now, the band around his neck is flashing. You can't say PP sizzler. You said PP sizzler, too. His friends' idiotic clamor all have their neck devices sounding off an alarm. And in no time at all, a SWAT team comes bursting through the window. The boys are electrocuted, struck with batons, and apprehended. But worst of all, their babe mags are promptly razed to the ground. Welcome to modern-day Japan, where obscene language and materials have been completely outlawed. The citizens are required to wear devices on their necks called digital peacemaker terminals or PMs to track their words. So anytime they say something your 10-year-old cousin will want to have in their vocabulary, the government will be alerted and the potty mouth will be captured. This decree has led to Japan becoming the purest country with pristine public morals, enabling the youth to live upstanding lives with sheets that hardly need washing. And now, Tanakichi Okumura is taking his entrance exam at Tokioka Academy, which stands at the top of the academic moral ranking system. But that's not the reason he's striving to get in. It's because of Anna, the love of his life from childhood. Days later, Tanakichi rides the train, elated by the thought of finally meeting Anna. While he's excitedly imagining just how pretty she'll look, his fun is spoiled when he catches a man, no, boy, a big boy, staring at him. His excitement is promptly replaced with dread as he wonders if this dude's a predator out to get him. Though he perishes the thought, a woman quickly accuses the boy of touching her bum area. This catches the commuter's attention, and the boy vehemently denies the accusation. Though Tanakichi's just a bystander, he thinks about doing Anna proud, so he puts on a bandana and slyly takes the blame for touching the lady's no-no circle. He drags her out of the train so she can turn him in, and once outside, she gets mad at him for ruining her chances of making money out of the guy in the train. Unfortunately, Tanakichi's heroic deed quickly backfires when she starts calling the security guards on him. But just as he's getting cornered, a divine intervention appears, and that divine intervention comes in the form of a woman stood upon the platform while wearing an underwear over her face and a towel draped over her body. Her name is Blue Tundra, and she makes her entrance by shouting out a dirty word. This has everyone fleeing for their lives and calling her a terrorist, while the police, who are clearly familiar with her, move in to arrest the dastardly fiend. But before they could touch her, she proudly announces that she's not wearing anything underneath the towel, so they can't do anything to her. With the force effectively immobilized, Blue Tundra proceeds with disseminating her parting gift by raining indecent images down on the repressed and deprived citizens. Suddenly, she approaches Tanakichi, assuring him that she'll handle things before reminding him that he'll be late for the entrance ceremony. Before he could ask her how he knows this, she runs away, leaving Tanakichi to escape the station. During the entrance ceremony, Tanakichi's in cloud 9 as he can finally see Anna in the flesh while she makes her opening speech. He shamelessly replays her speech even in the classroom, which he can project with his digital wristband. While he's busy daydreaming about her, a creepy girl suddenly emerges from between his legs. After quietly introducing herself as Fuwa Hyoka, she asks him a peculiar question: how are babies made? As awkward as this whole ordeal is, their other classmates are also curious about the answer since Tokioka's completely sheltered them from learning these things. And Tanakichi, being a transferee from a low public morals school, is expected to know the answer to this. He tries to play it cool and give her the same textbook answer about a man and woman falling in love, holding hands, yada yada yada. No. Hyoka doesn't accept this answer since love's too arbitrary a concept and quietly insists that he satisfy her curiosity. She's been perusing pregnant women in a gynecologist clinic, hoping to get her answers, but none of them ever gave her a straight answer, and she was eventually banned from the clinic. While she's giving him the choice between explaining and demonstrating baby making to her, Hyoka is promptly smacked in the head by the vice president of the student council, Kaju Ayam. The bespectacled, no-nonsense girl tells Tanakichi that the council wants him to be their general affairs manager in training. He eagerly accepts this, but suddenly, Hyoka comes back to life, and while her face is basically pressed up against his crotch, she brings up her hypothesis: a man's quote-unquote hose is the key to pregnancy. In the council meeting, Tanakichi gets mesmerized as Anna Nishikinomiya introduces herself to him. She says that she's been eagerly waiting for him, but the boy beside her butts in and says that he doesn't see the eagerness in Anna's expression at all. Tanakichi's shocked when he sees that it is the same guy from the train. He demands to know what he's doing there, and as it turns out, he's the secretary-treasurer of the student council. His name is Gariki Raiki, Tanakichi's senior. Anna then diverts their attention back to the agenda and invites Tanakichi to become one of the protectors of the school's public morality. He accepts the position without hesitation, but he asks why he got chosen when his alma mater is at the bottom of the morality ranking. Anna says it is the exact reason why. The school is facing a morality crisis because of an anonymous criminal called Blue Tundra. She's been traumatizing people left and right in the First Purity metropolitan area with her obscene tricks. Anna fears that there'll be a decline in public morality if Blue Tundra is not apprehended. But the problem is that Anna doesn't even know what indecency means. She's never been exposed to any form of obscenity, that is until she encountered Blue Tundra. The feeling she got after getting exposed to such vulgarity was something that Anna couldn't even put into words. Upon hearing this, Tanakichi praises Anna, telling her that she's a paragon of purity. With confidence, Anna says that because Tanakichi has been in the most corrupt and carnal high school, he will know what indecency is. Tanakichi takes on the challenge with the utmost eagerness and shares his goal of getting closer to Anna and becoming a better man through this journey. Anna smiles, seemingly impressed by him. Then, she tells Ayam to show Tanakichi the ropes. In a deserted restaurant, Ayam encourages Tanakichi to talk about anything. Then, she praises his acting during the student council, specifically his impressive statement about taking the job. Weirded out, Tanakichi drinks water to hide his unease. But Ayam continues and declares that he's everything she has hoped for and that he's a man with steel balls. This unexpected indecent statement from her causes Tanakichi to spit out his drink. But Ayam doesn't stop there. She even jokes that spurting on her face when they're just getting started isn't a good sign of stamina. The dirty jokes throw Tanakichi into a spiral of confusion until he sees the mask she proudly wears on her face. It is a piece of women's underwear. Horrified, Tanakichi yells but can't finish his sentence. Ayam arrogantly announces that she's the naughty terrorist Blue Tundra. She makes a lewd movement, having fun with her dirty jokes. However, Tanakichi is not enjoying it and ends her fun by calling Peacemaker Control to report her. Ayam dives to stop Tanakichi. While struggling to make the call, Tanakichi sees a waiter and tells him that Ayam is Blue Tundra. The old man's reaction is only a cold acknowledgement that he knows who exactly Ayam is. Once he's calmed down, he makes it clear that his only goal is to be closer to Anna and nothing else. Truth be told, Ayam expected Tanakichi to be corrupt, just like his notorious father, Okumura Zenjira. But it turns out that the moment Tanakichi laid eyes on Anna, he wanted to change from being a corrupt boy to an upstanding man. In the face of his expression of true love, Ayam laughs hysterically before menacingly telling him that she can't just let him leave now that he knows who Blue Tundra really is. A few moments later, Tanakichi finds himself bound to a chair. He tries and pleads to be released, but Ayam has another priority. That priority is to ask him to be a member of SOX, the group she founded. Its sole purpose is to bring down the Public Morals and Education Act. But since he really wants to be a moral citizen, Tanakichi vehemently refuses to join her group. This makes Ayam ask if he doesn't want to join because he doesn't like the name. SOX stands for Redacted Happens most often on Xmas, another one of her terrible vulgar jokes. Tanakichi yells that he doesn't care. But Ayam continues and shares it's such a shame he's such a prude when his name has such wonderful meaning. Still, the boy continues to yell in protest. Ayam just ignores him and explains where Tanakichi came from instead. Long ago, there was a myth that a traditional Japanese spirit named Tanuki existed within large nut sacks. So, she teases him that he must stand proud his descendant has a huge junk. But Tanakichi disagrees. Ayam walks closer and stares at Tanakichi's private part and says that she thinks that the part of him that stands proudest is in his pants. With that and a few more lewd jokes, Tanakichi finally realizes that Ayam's PM never sends out an alarm, so he yells and asks Ayam about it. It turns out the girl has a special cell phone that allows her to say anything within 3 minutes. This was gifted to her by her father, Indumasahi, who had extremely opposed the Public Morals and Education Act. She remembers the day her father gave her the cell phone. She boasts that he told her to take the cell phone and make the most out of it due to her extraordinary love for lewd remarks. From that day on, Ayam had vowed to change society so she can freely say whatever joke she wants. Now that one of the reasons she formed SOX is out, she asks Tanakichi again to join her. He still refuses. His constant refusal makes Ayam resort to blackmail. She threatens to report to the Peacemaker Control that he's an offender if he doesn't join SOX. Tanakichi says when she does that, he will report her as well. But Ayam goes for the jugular, Tanakichi's crush on Anna. She says that Anna will be affected if it gets out that a student council member is Blue Tundra. Secondly, Ayam is Anna's best friend. So, if Anna finds out that she's Blue Tundra, the girl will be devastated. Plus, being Anna's closest friend, she can help him in his love quest. In the end, Ayam doesn't even wait for Tanakichi's response. She declares that the two of them will create a naughty new world. This makes him yell in frustration and annoyance. The next day, Tanakichi finds himself in the chemistry room with Hyoka due to her putting sleeping gas in his locker. Once again, she asks him how babies are made. She shows him her experiment on how flies reproduce by combining their lower bodies before laying eggs. So, she hypothesizes that the human way is practically the same. Tanakichi responds that humans are not robots, so combining is not possible, then promptly runs away from the weird girl. But the absurd lovemaking talks didn't stop there because Tanakichi overhears teenage boys' theories in the restroom. They spout myths like they will grow mammary glands if they wear a girl's upper undergarment, or their junk will fall off if they wear a girl's bottom undergarment. Shocked, Tanakichi can't believe how clueless those boys are. So, when he meets Ayam again, he shares what he overheard. Ayam replies that as members of SOX, she and Tanakichi must educate the clueless about what combining means and bust some myths about sensuality. As they talk about combining, Tanakichi shares about Hyoka's obsession with baby making. He shares her experiment about flies combining. The minute Ayam hears the word flies, she smiles mischievously. Then, she announces that the upcoming school assembly will be more exciting because of an unexpected film show. That weekend, the students gather for another school assembly. But for Ayam, it's more than an assembly. It's a dream come true to bring to the academy a world where the concept of dirty jokes exists. As SOX prepares for the plan, Ayam hands the head mask to Tanakichi and says that, unfortunately, the underwear isn't used. The very perturbed Tanakichi yells that it's not his main concern. During the assembly, the first step to Ayam's plans commences. Countless lewd pictures rain down from the ceiling, wreaking havoc on the students' emotions. Ayam takes advantage of the ensuing chaos and diverts Anna and Reiki outside the auditorium. With the second part of her plan unlocked, it's time for the main event. Ayam plays a stimulating film about quote-unquote combining of two flies. This invokes unexplained feelings from the students, achieving Ayam's goal. Outside, Tanakichi pretends to be Blue Tundra to distract Anna and Reiki. His conflicting emotions confuse him. A part of him knows everything he's doing is wrong, but he can't deny that he feels satisfaction when he defies the law. The day after the successful mission, Ayam and Tanakichi reconvene to enjoy their victory. To be more accurate, Ayam celebrates while Tanakichi is in a bad mood. She keeps yelling lewd puns, to her accomplice's annoyance. Still, she congratulates him for doing a good job of distracting Anna and the rest of the council. Because of him, she was able to show an explicit play-by-play process of fornication. She's sure that even the densest student has connected the dots of how pregnancy really works. She says this while playing with her food, inserting a chocolate stick in and out of a vanilla-filled biscuit, another dirty joke. When Tanakichi calls her out, she coyly responds that it only looks dirty because his mind is. He continues to frown as she grins and teases him about what he drew on the gymnasium wall. It is then revealed that Ayam instructed Tanakichi to draw a man's private part. But instead, he drew a symbol for an electric plant. She pokes fun at him until Tanakichi's frustrated screams ring out of the restaurant. At the council meeting, the electric plant drawing confuses Anna. She expresses her worries about the major attack that happened during the assembly. Meanwhile, Tanakichi continues to be racked with guilt as he listens to Anna's concerns. It turns out that the film Ayam showed regarding combining of the flies still doesn't make sense to Anna and Reiki. However, the rest of the students in the campus tell Reiki that it has obscene meaning. So, he glares at Tanakichi and accuses him of knowing about the video. His angry rants about Tanakichi, saying that he will never trust the son of an anarchist. Ayam then reveals Reiki did a background check on Tanakichi the day they met on the train. That's why he was staring so intently at him. Reiki had been tailing him this whole time. And as Ayam points out, even though Tanakichi saved Reiki there, the senior's still acting all proud. Put on the spot, Tanakichi has no choice but to explain why he has come to the academy. He declares that he is indeed the son of the radical Okumura Zanjuru. When he was a kid, his father taught him how to live a life where lewd jokes existed. His father used to tell funny ones, so that's why he loved them. However, after his father fought for the freedom of indecent jokes, he was arrested. This left Tanakichi without a father and got an awful lot of judgment from other people. He also had to move to a different school. The loneliness and isolation drove Tanakichi to hate not just dirty jokes, but his father, too. Tanakichi first met Anna in the school he transferred to. She's the only person who did not run away from him and judge him because of his father. That's why, from then on, he vowed to become a person with a pure heart just like hers. After their little conversation, Ayam compliments him for his speech and making Anna and Reiki trust him. Try as Tanakichi may to insist that he was being genuine, Ayam dismisses him and begins talking about their next plan. In a stroke of irony, now that Tanakichi's getting close to Anna, the person who inspired him to live a more upstanding life, he's also being forced to face the part of his life he had grown to hate through Ayam's antics. Only time will tell which path Tanakichi will take, but one thing's for sure, he's in for a wild ride. That's what she said.